Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your head, Council. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Alright guys, welcome back, and contrary to my last video, this is not the last mission in the homicide cases. This is actually the second last mission, so yeah, my bad I guess. And as you can probably tell by that talk about the rings right there, this entire thing, or this entire case has been basically a shit show. It's been a whole walk around and we don't know what's going on really. We keep catching people, but more people keep dying and everything like that. But it will tie up. So first off, we have to visit a pawn shop, so let's go there. And get my partner to drive as usual.
You can drive. Fine. Where are we headed?
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Alright, we're at the pawn shop now, and pay close attention to the pawn shop seller. Look at his face. Look familiar? Because you'll see it's the exact guy from the bar last time. He really should have got a different actor.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
50 bucks?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
So we just gotta examine the rings. Here we go.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
And the other one. Go.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
Come on, bro. 22K bling, son. Now we gotta talk to him. Almost left.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Alright, now we just have to go to the railway and go to the crime scene. But like I said earlier, this entire case has been, or all the cases have been surprisingly fishy. But more on that later.
You can
Let's
drive.
go to the railway.
And where exactly are we going?
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Alright, so gotta get time of death, so we gotta talk to the doc first, or house as I call him.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Alright, let's examine the body here. Only two things we need to get. Head
Smell?
Very good.
or smell.
There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Inebriated. A nicer way of saying she was sauced out of her mind. Next is her right hand. Once again, missing jewelry.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Alright, so we got the time of death. We're good there. So we'll examine this carpet right here. Has 3 clues that we need. First one's in this handbag. It's this movie ticket right here. No, not that. Oh wait, yes, we do need this. Upper letter. My bad. Next is the ticket.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Alrighty, next 2 things. So it's 4 things on total on this blanket. My bad, guys. Can't remember everything here. Zoom in.
Maybe someone at Mench's will remember her.
Alrighty. And finally, this note right here, giving us the address of a liquor
It's
store.
legit for personal items, not booze. It's not even worth investigating.
Sure it is. I can't remember if we had to talk to him one more time.
We can talk about it later, Phil.
Nope, guess not. Alright, next we talk to the quote-unquote Negro. I'm not going to say it. This is the 1940s, I remember.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Next, we talk to this guy right here that looks very perverted, and you'll find out in a second why.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Mm-hmm.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop!
God.
Don't hit him.
Alright. Interference with evidence.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. Took a look.
This is actually true, despite he looks like he's posing for a supermodel or Superman model, whatever.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Discover a victim's body.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Shifty eyes like pervert, you go with doubt here.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Oh, my friends of mine, we find dead bodies on the road. Pump them, kiss them. No big deal. Alright. Next, we just gotta use one of these conveniently placed police telephones.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Alright, at this point we have options. We can either go to the liquor store or Mencha's bar. But you want to go to Mencha's bar first, so let's get going there.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Why does he always ask me that? Just go, bro.
The relief food that we're sending him?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, Homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Sommers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Sommers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Well, there's only two guys in the bar. Let's go talk to the douchebag looking one.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Sommers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Alright, last contact.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Doubt.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
criminal history.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Doubt.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Based on that comrade remark, you can probably tell that you have to keep in mind that this is the 1940s, World War II ended, so everyone's afraid of communism and all that kind of stuff. Reds, China, but I'm not your history teacher, right? So, alright, now let's go to the liquor store.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Sommers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Sommers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Alright, so basically the lady was squatting at the very back, behind the liquor store. Essentially just living there.
You got some fine stock in there.
Kind of conflicted because she was also an alcoholic, but who am I to judge, right? So there's really we only need one clue out of this entire thing, and that is this book right here. That actually was owned by McCaffrey.
Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Woke her up.
And she was
McCaffrey.
borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
There's a bunch of other stuff here, like there's a bowling pin in the corner if you didn't get the clue about the bowling area, if you didn't visit the bar first, that is. But we did, so all we have to do now is just conduct our interview. So here, talk to this guy. Contact with victim.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
This is truth.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Next is relationship with victim.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
This is actually truth as well, as sad as it is.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her stay here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Last one.
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
This is actually doubt.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. We'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Man, the voice acting in this game is just so good. It was really hyped for its facial animation things, but really nothing is like good voice acting that really just drives home a story in the game. But anyways, so this moving on, this is a very important thing that you can miss. You're actually supposed to visit the bar a second time to get your next clue, but if you set the destination of the bar and then go off, it'll automatically take you to the police station, and you don't want to go there yet. So get in the car first, and then start driving, and then they'll call you. Get in. Then there's our calls coming in, as you can see.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, code 2.
11 King, in or out? Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Alright. So I screwed this up a couple times. So I'm actually going to drive to the bowling alley myself, because I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to set this location. It's very important that you get this clue. You won't get perfect unless you do. So I'm going to make sure that I'm afraid that if I set the destination myself, then the guy will just automatically take me to where I don't want to go. So I'm just going to drive this out myself here. Try not to kill anyone. Oh yeah, everyone hits the right when the siren's on. Oh jeez. This is close by. But once again, you have to go to this area first. You do not want to go to the police station right away. Alrighty. Yeah, here. Let's go back in. Sweet parking job, right, Nick? Alrighty, let's go in.
I heard he's an honest cop.
Interview you one more time. Relationship with victim.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Which is a lie.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
So obviously we have the book that we just got.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
So that's your next clue. Once again, this one is easily missed, so make sure that you grab it. Alright, now we can go to the police station. My car's still there. Shut up. I'm moving it. Jeez. Police station. Says destination. Now you may drive.
You can drive.
The finest in